As I begin this recording, I do want to provide a friendly reminder that if you do not wish to appear in the recording, make sure your audio and video are disabled at all times. Nothing you put in the chat will appear in the recording. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Kristen, you are welcome to take over.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Hello, it's nice to be here on a beautiful morning. The weather's been so nice, and sunny, and also a little bit cool, which has been wonderful. So let's go ahead and get started. Sit in a comfortable chair, please, with your feet about hip width distance apart. Your hands can be on your knees with your palms facing down, with your palms facing up, or if you have arm rests, you're welcome to put your hands on your arm rests. And then just close your eyes and take a few moments here to slow things down. Become more aware of your body here in this space. Roll your shoulders down and back. Pull your lower belly up and in. Feel your feet firmly planted in the ground. Think about maybe elongating your neck, stretching it up toward the ceiling. And now finally, begin to deepen your breath. Take a big breath in through your nose. And then empty your lungs completely. Imagine that your lungs are a vase, and as you inhale, you're filling it up all the way to the top with water. And as you exhale, you're emptying every last drop out. Another breath like that. Inhale completely. And exhale completely. Another deep breath in, fill up. Exhale and empty. Feel free to open your eyes if you'd like. Place your hand on your lower belly and then try to make a muscle with that belly. So pull the lower belly up and in. You might feel that lengthen your lower back, which is a good thing. Try to keep that the entire time that we have it. It's okay if you end up relaxing for a while, but just as a gentle reminder, throughout the class, you're trying to keep that lower belly somewhat engaged. With that lower belly engaged and the chest up, interlace your fingers behind your head and gently tuck your chin into your chest. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. As you exhale, maybe you tuck a little bit more and feel that stretch move down between your shoulder blades. And then slowly release. Take your hand over your head toward your ear. You can grab the chair rail or just stretch your arm out to the side. The more you stretch your arm out to the side, the more you'll increase the stretch of your neck. And then just gently pull. Feel free to close your eyes as you do this, always being aware not to overstretch. It should feel good, not painful. And then release to the other side. Hand over your head, stretch your arm out to the side, gently pull. Move with your breath. So remember, as you inhale, you lift your chest. As you exhale, you pull a little bit more, whatever's comfortable for you. And now take your hand down to the side. You can grab your chair or your armrest, and then take your arm up and over. So now you'll feel a stretch underneath the arm, down into the waist. Look up and then pull your arm over to the side. Take a big breath in and exhale, come down. And we're working to a twist. So take that hand, either grabbing the armrest, your knee, or the chair. Take your other hand, bring it back behind you. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your shoulders down and back. As you exhale, look over your shoulder twist. Keep the lower belly engaged. Inhale, stretch up as tall as you can. Exhale, look over your shoulder twist. Another deep breath. Inhale, stretch up, elongate. Exhale and twist. We'll move to the other side, come back through to center, grab the chair or the armrest, and bring your arm up and over. Both shoulders should be down away from your ears, but at the same time, you're lifting your chest and looking up. And then every exhalation, you pull your arm over to the side a little bit more. Big breath in, exhale, pull. And now twist, take that hand wherever you'd like, knee, chair, or armrest. Other hand back behind you. Reset, lift your chest, belly in, shoulders back. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, pull your belly in again and try to twist a little deeper. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, twist. And untwist. Come back through to center, roll your shoulders down and back, and actually let's do a few shoulder rolls. So big rolls, either forward or backward, whichever one you'd like, because we're going to do both. Really exaggerate the movement. And then once you've gone one way a few times, go the opposite way. And then let's work on the wrists as well. So take your hands out and roll your wrists, maybe to the outside first. Gentle movements, especially if you have carpal tunnel syndrome or something like that. The movement is good, but we always want it gentle. And then inside. And then continuing with that, if it feels okay for you, interlace your fingers and then point your fingers out to the side. If you can straighten your arms completely, good for you. If you're like me and you can't, that's okay as well. Feel the stretch in the inside of your hands, through your palms, the outside of your wrists. And release. Now take your hands, wrap them back behind you, grab your chair rail, and then pull your chest forward. Feel the stretch now. Now grabbing your, stretching the front of the wrist, as well as the chest, the front of the shoulders, and your throat. Take a big breath in and out. One more big breath in and out. And release. Okay, let's get into the lower half of the body. So with your hands on your knees, come a little bit forward into your chair. Hands on your knees, spine nice and long, shoulders down and back. And we're going to do a few rolls through our waists. So as you inhale, come forward, pull your chest forward. As you exhale, press your hands into your knees, make your belly concave. Inhale to come forward, pull the chest through, go to the side. Exhale, look in at your belly, round your back as much as you can. Inhale forward, exhale back. Come back to neutral and we'll do the other side. Inhale forward, and now rotate to the opposite side. Exhale back, look in at your belly. Inhale, pull your chest forward, shoulders down. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale, pull your belly in, looking at your belly. Press your hands into your knees, round, spread your shoulder blades apart, and release. Shoulders down and back, sit up nice and tall. Let's work into the legs. All right, so first, lift one leg up, and I think you can see my foot there. Lift the leg up. At the same time that we're going to work into the ankles, we're also going to strengthen the leg. So engage these muscles right here, the quads, and then let's just do some rolls with our ankles. So inside, rolling to the inside, kicking the heel away from you, pulling the toes away from you as well. Really get some good movement there. And then go the opposite way. Still reminding yourself to sit up tall, lower belly up and in. All right, drop that foot down. Let's do the other side. Lift that leg up, tap on those muscles, turn them on, and some rolls one way. Notice if you feel any stiffness or tightness, that's normal. And then the opposite way. and release back down. Okay, let me scooch back a little bit, and we're going to do some calf raise or some calf work. So with some toe raises. So inhale, come up on your toes as high as you can. Lift those heels up. Feel the calf muscles engage. We're also going to do this standing. If you prefer not to stand, then you can continue with the sitting. You'll know what to do. All right, heels up a little bit higher. Feel those muscles work. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your heels down. Pull your toes up as much as you can. Hold it here. Big breath in. And come up on your toes. Lift those heels up. Hold it here for several breaths. And reverse, heels down, toes up. Breathe. And release. Okay, before we go into some standing positions, let's get into our hips just a little bit. So come forward into the chair if you need to. Lift your knee up, hold your knee, interlace your fingers around your knee. First, pull the knee into the shoulder as much as you can. You'll feel a stretch through the lower back, maybe through the back of the hips. You're also developing the strength of your arms in order to pull the knee up. Keep stretching up out of your way, so try not to round. Lift up. All right, now let's do some big rolls with our knee. So big circles inward. 1, 2, 3, and then reverse outward. 1, 2, 3. And relax down. Lots going on in that, even though it's seemingly simple. So you're trying to still keep your spine straight, lower belly engaged. Your knee and your leg are just passive here. All the work is being done with your arms. So you're strengthening the arms at the same time that you're opening and loosening up the hip. So interlace your fingers over your knee. Sit up nice and tall, belly in. Pull the knee into the chest. Hold it there. And now we'll do the circles. Ready? Inside, 1, 2, 3, and to the outside, 3, 2, and 1. Relax back down. Okay, let's do some standing postures. Knowing that if you are unable or unable to stand today, or it doesn't feel like that's what you want to do, then you can do them in the chair. So remember, when we do our warriors, your warrior is going to look like this, sitting in the chairs for stability, always feeling free to hold onto the chair if you need to. And then when we do standing tree pose and the other postures, extended leg raise pose, you can do that into the chair as well. So this is a seated tree, and this is what you'll be doing with extended leg raise pose. And if it sounds confusing, you'll start to understand when I stand up. Okay, so if you feel like standing, you can stand up. There are several options for standing. You can go to the side of your chair, or you can go behind your chair for more stability. We're first going to start with some warriors. So I'm going to show you to the side of my chair. Your leg is going to come, one leg is going to come forward, one leg is going to go back. Now, remember, in these warrior postures, you want to be able to see your toes in front of your knee. That means that your knee is stacked over your heel, and I can show you from the side. If you take a really short stance and then bend the knee a lot, your knee is going to go way over your toes, and that's a lot of pressure on your knee. We don't want that to happen. So take a longer step, if at all possible, and then lunge down, and then notice the knee is stacked over the ankle. I can see my toes in front of my knee. I'm also aware whether my knee is caving in or not. You want your knee lined over your big and second toe. So that takes care of that leg. Now the back leg. Press the outer edge of your back foot into the ground and really wake these muscles up. Feel the legs engage. Squeeze that booty and push the hip a little bit down and forward. It's not going to go all the way forward, but you should feel a nice stretch. You're also engaging the glutes. All right, warrior 1. Stretch your arms up over your head. Take a big breath in, breath out, knowing that the chair is always there to hold on to if you need to. Open up your throat by looking up toward the ceiling if that feels good, and then maybe take your arms back a little bit more. You'll notice the more you take your arms back, the more you're going to feel the front side of your body as well as your hip stretch. Take a big breath in. Exhale, open your arms, warrior 2. Breathe in, stretch up, arms up, warrior 1. Breathe out, open your arms, warrior two. So move deliberately and with intention. Stretch those fingers apart, even paying attention to your hands. Inhale, stretch up, lift up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Take a big breath in. Exhale, if it feels okay for you, elbow to your knee. Stretch your arm up toward the ceiling. This is called extended side angle pose. Look up toward the ceiling, breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to slowly come up, straighten the front leg. Now for triangle pose, if you feel comfortable with it, you can take the straight leg, reach, stretch forward and bring your hand down to your shin, stretching your arm up. If that is not comfortable for you, you can do it with the chair. So you're making a triangle with your legs are straight. You can rest on the chair and stretch your arm up toward the ceiling. So it's your choice. You can do whatever sort of variation you like. The chair is nice. You don't go down as far, but you can pay attention to your alignment a little bit more. Notice I'm not rounded. I want to rotate the chest up and look up. Opening up the chest, I also feel a stretch through my torso as well as down through this hip. And depending on your flexibility, you might feel a good stretch through the hamstrings of the front leg. And inhale, come up. All right, let's do the other side. So back of the chair or the side of the chair, your choice. Step forward with the opposite leg, being aware of the alignment again on this side. So toes in front of the knee, check. Not taking a little stance with the knees way over the toes. You're lining up those joints, making sure the knee is not caving in. You're gently trying to bring the knee over the big and second toe. Wake up the muscles of the back side of the leg. Remember, your depth is your choice. And the deeper you go, the more challenging it is. The more narrow you go, the less challenging. There are no bad choices. And then inhale, stretch your arms up over your head. Now remember, here too, the more you gently pull your arms back, the more you're going to feel an openness through the chest and through that hip. Squeeze the glute and push the hip a little bit down and forward. Take a big breath in and let it out. Big breath in and out. Now we're going to move. Inhale. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Let's move a few more times that way. Ready? Inhale, arms up, stretch up. And exhale, warrior two. Take a big breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Stretch your arm up toward the ceiling. If that also, I didn't give you this option, but if that doesn't feel good and you need to go a little higher, you can rest your hand on your knee and stretch your arm up. That's a good viable option as well. Look up toward the ceiling, open your chest, breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly come up, straighten the leg for triangle pose. Now remember, you can stretch forward, bring your hand down to your shin and hold your arm up, or you can use the chair, right? Making a triangle with those legs, stretch over that front leg, hand down to the chair, arm up toward the ceiling. Open, rotate, so pull the hips this way, pull the torso this way, and rotate your chest up toward the ceiling. Big breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to slowly come up. All right, we're going to do those calf raises that we did before. We're going to do them with behind the chair, and then we're going to work on some balance. So come back behind your chair so you can hold onto the chair with both hands, but I'm going to go to the side so you can see me, but you should be behind your chair. All right, and so make your feet about hip width distance apart, toes and heels in one line. Pull the lower belly up and in, roll the shoulders down and back, and then inhale to come up as high as you can on your toes, working on the strength of your calf muscles. Now, realizing that your heels may not go up very high, also too, you should have both hands on the chair, but we're holding this. This is an isometric hold. We're not moving. And at the same, as we're holding this in stillness, we're actually developing strength through the calves. You're also developing flexibility through the feet, right? You should feel that in the arches of your feet. You should maybe feel that in your toes. Take a big breath in, exhale, release, bring your heels down, gently pull your toes up. I don't go up very far, and that's okay. Let's try that one more time. All right, so wriggle out your toes a little bit, and then inhale, come up high. Pull the belly in, roll the shoulders down and back. If you're really feeling adventurous and you want to let both hands go, you can try to let both hands go. Push the big toes down to help with your balance. And release, heels down, toes up. And your feet might feel a little fatigued here. Then that's kind of the point. All right, so now we'll work on just a couple of balancing postures. So you can stay at the back of your chair or go to the opposite side. Shift your weight to one leg, being always mindful of the form. The toes aren't pointing out to the side. Your toes and heels are in one line. Have a little bend in your knee, not a big one, but a little one. And then if it feels good, hold your knee in front of you. If you're in your chair, you're simply holding your knee in front of you. Take a big breath in, breathe out, open that leg out to the side. And you see I'm holding the chair for balance. You can also let that hand go if you want a further challenge. Bring the leg back to center and drop it down. Shake it out. And now we'll do tree pose. Shift your weight to that same leg. You can start here at your heel, at your ankle or your calf, or you can always go up to your thigh as well. You just don't want to push the knee in that direction. So whatever feels comfortable for you. Find one spot to focus on. Slow down your thoughts, slow down your breath. So the calmer your mind and the calmer your breath, the better your balance will be. If it feels good, you can bring your hands together in the center of your chest. Take a breath in and out. Another big breath in. Let it out and release. Leg down. All right, other side. Little bend in the standing leg. Push the big toe down, toe and heel in one line. Find a spot to focus on. Hold your knee in front, knowing that one side's going to feel different than the other. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, open out to the side, always feeling free to amplify if you need to, or modify if you need to. Come back through to center and release. All right, now tree pose. Ankle, calf, or thigh. Find one spot, focus your eye gaze there. Hold on to the chair or hands together in prayer. Take a big breath in, pull the belly in. Let it out. So 4 really important things in balancing: eye gaze, breath, core support, and and that's it. Oh my goodness. Okay, drop it down. I lost my train of thought. Let's go back to our chair. Okay, come back, sitting up nice and tall. We'll do a little bit of core work while we're sitting in the chair, and then we'll finish it off with some gentle stretching. So for the core work, the first thing we're doing, I always do boat pose, and we will do boat pose, but we can also do a seated bicycle pose as well. And so I'll show you from the side. Anytime you're wanting to work on core strength, if you're sitting at your desk or anything else, it doesn't have to be a big move. Simply leaning back with your spine straight. I'm doing nothing else but leaning back, right? And not resting on my chair. Already I'm feeling these muscles work. So, a lot of times we think, oh, we don't have time to do anything while we're sitting here. Just leaning back is work, right? And you can hold this here as you're talking or as you're, looking at the computer or whatever it is that you're doing. You can always engage your abdominal wall. That's a really important thing, right? So lean back slightly, pull the lower belly up and in. Now, especially if you're newer to yoga or to chair yoga or to working out in general, it may be that you want to just stay right here. You can have your hands on your chair for support. To make it into the bicycle, you're going to lift the legs up and go back and forth and back and forth. Now, There are two options. We're not going to do it right away. Actually, there's lots of different options for the way to do this. I'm going to keep my legs suspended. However, and you've seen me do this with boat pose, you can tap your toes on the ground. That's fine for bicycle. This is more challenging. I prefer to have my feet flexed and kicking my heel away from me when I do this. Other people prefer to have their toes pointed and they kick the heel away from you. It really depends on what feels better for you. Try it. I'll give you a few moments here. You're going to feel this in your hip flexors. You're going to feel this in your lower abdominal wall. However, if you start to feel this in your back, if your back starts to pull, that just means that you need more work on the abdominal wall. Don't do any more, right? You need to strengthen your abdominal wall, but I don't want you hurting your back. So then you can just come forward, sit up nice and tall, and do the bicycle like this, all right? Because a lot of times, if the stomach muscles aren't strong enough to hold you up, the back muscles will take over, and we really don't want to tweak your back at all. That would be against what we're doing. That would be counterproductive to what we're doing. So you listen to your body and do what's right for you. If it feels good, you lean back slightly, and then we're going to kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Those are kind of intense. So if you felt like that was a lot of work, you were right. It is a lot of work. All right. Now we're going to do a seated eagle pose. So eagle pose, I love eagle poses. They do a whole lot here, especially when we work them into eagle crunches. So take your leg up and over, but remember, we're not relaxed here. This is active. So you're squeezing your thighs in. If you have the ability to hook your toes underneath your calf muscle, great, do it. You should feel your inner thighs working. Also, too, depending on your flexibility, a lot of people will feel a gentle stretch in the outer thighs, and that's good too. Now we're going to work into the upper body. So arms out, and then bring your arm up and under. So you're hooking first at the elbows. That's the most important thing. If this is enough for you, you can keep your hands like this, or you can grab your shoulders. That's good too. Already I'm feeling a gentle stretch in between my shoulder blades. That's what we want. If you're more flexible and you can bring your hands together in some sort of semblance of a prayer, then you can do that as well. Take a big breath, inhale, look up. As you exhale, try to touch your elbows to your knee. Squeezing the thighs in toward one another, pulling the lower belly up and in. Inhale, lift up, look up. And then exhale, touch your elbow to your knee, crunch in. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, crunch in. And release. It feels good to stretch your arms up over your head and then arms down by your side. Let's do the other side. Switch legs, making sure the legs are active. So inner thighs, squeezing in, outer thighs at the same time, stretching, right? Arms out, opposite arm under. Most important thing, one elbow pocketed into the other. And then you choose what you do with your hands. Your hands can stay here, they can go here, or they can try to touch. Now inhale, look up. Exhale, crunch in, elbows to knee. Hold it here, pull the belly in. Squeeze the thighs in. Inhale, look up, stretch up. Exhale and crunch. Inhale, look up, stretch up. Exhale and crunch. Inhale, look up, stretch up. And exhale, release. Flap your wings. Release the legs. Arms down by the side. Roll your shoulders out a little bit if you'd like. And we'll now do some gentle stretching. So my favorite stretch is the figure 4 stretch. We'll do that right now. So sitting in the middle of your chair, bring your heel or your ankle up onto your knee. Again, just like the eagle pose, many of us sit this way. Depending on the flexibility of your hip, your knee may be coming way up, or it may be, if you have really open hips, you might be able to almost get your shin parallel to the floor. No matter either way, you just be aware of your knee. If you start to feel this inside your knee, you know that you've hit your edge and you don't want to move past that. Having said that, if you're feeling okay, then we can try to deepen that with our breath. Always when we work on flexibility, we focus on our exhalations. So just like in that boat pose, we're not rounding, or not boat pose, bicycle pose. We're not rounding. Our spine is straight, shoulders back, lower belly engaged. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, slowly try to fold over that leg. And it may not be much. For some of us, this might be enough, right? For others of us, maybe you can go down a little further. Knowing the further you go down, the more you're going to increase the stretch in the outer hip as well as the lower back. Take a big breath in and exhale. Another big breath in and exhale. And release. Other side. Flex the foot. Bring the ankle up. Be aware of what's happening with your knee. Gently push the knee down wherever it's comfortable for you. We never, ever want to force things. Roll the shoulders down and back. Take a big breath, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, you fold with a straight spine. Going to your edge, whatever that might be. It might be staying upright. It may be coming down. Pull the chest forward, inhale, and exhale. Big breath in, exhale it out. And slowly make your way back up. Okay, so we did the outer thighs. Let's do the hip flexors. Coming maybe a little bit more forward into your chair, whatever feels comfortable for you. Rotate your torso to one side, and it's going to be like that seated warrior. However, there's variations that you can work on with your foot. And I'll scooch back so you can see. So your foot can be flat on the floor, like the warrior, or if you want, you can bring your heel up and balance on your toes, and then use that space to push that hip more down and forward. Hold on to the back of your chair for stability, and then take your arm up and over. So you're trying to get a stretch through the front of the hip and the torso. The more you pull your arm back behind you, the more you'll feel that stretch. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, pull your arm toward the back of the room. One more big breath in. And exhale. Come on back up. Let's do the other side. Rotate your torso around. Choose what you do with this back leg. So you can do the seated warrior version, or if you want to come up on your toes and use that heel to push your hip a little bit more forward, you're welcome to do that. Push the hip down and forward. Hold on to the back of your chair. Take a big breath, stretch your arm up, and then exhale, pull your arm toward the back of the room. Feeling the stretch to the front of the thigh, the hip, and then also too getting a nice side body stretch. Inhale and exhale. Another big breath in. Exhale it out. And slowly come up. Come back to the middle of your chair. Make your feet again hip width distance apart. Take a big breath in and let it out. So we'll finish it off with a few chest stretches and back stretches, neck rotations, and then we'll do a silent little meditation. So stretch your arms out to the side with your thumbs pointing up and really reach back behind you. Look up toward the ceiling, opening up the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, wrap your arms around you like you're giving yourself a hug. Take another big breath in, and as you exhale, pull your shoulder blades apart. Feel that stretch in the back of the upper back. Inhale to open up. Look up, stretch, and exhale. Opposite arm on top. Wrap your hands next to your shoulder blades. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, tuck your chin in. And release. All right. We didn't do the neck rolls at the beginning of the class, so let's finish it off with them. So feel free to close your eyes, tuck your chin into your chest, and roll one ear to one shoulder. Go slow. And then once you've done 3 or 4 rolls on one side, then reverse. And slowly come up. Great. And then just like we did before, but except for this time, lean back in your chair, bring your knee up, interlace your fingers over your knee and pull your knee into your chest. So this now, we're not working on core strength or back strength at all. You're resting in the chair. We're just working on more hip mobility. You also will feel a nice stretch in your lower back. Bring it back down, other side, pull your knee into your chest. And release. And now go ahead and make yourself comfortable in your chair. So you can lean back a little bit if you'd like, roll your shoulders down and back, close your eyes. Lower belly can now be relaxed if you'd like. Take a big breath in and let it out. So we will do the square breathing, 3 breaths, and then we'll do the little relaxation meditation. So 4 square breathing, if you haven't done it with me before, you're going to breathe in as you count to 4, as I count to 4. You're going to hold as I count to 4. You're going to breathe out as I count to 4, and you're going to hold as I count to 4. Super simple breathing. In fact, the majority of the breathing exercises that you do in yoga or any sort of meditation, they are simple. However, we just don't think to do them very regularly. But when you do, try to remember to do them regularly, either through a class like this or on your own. They become more a part of your everyday vocabulary and toolbox, right? So that when you're in moments of stress, high stress, or problems, whatever else, when you need that breathing exercise, it's there for you. It just helps you reset. So close your eyes, make yourself comfortable, and we'll begin. 3 breaths this way. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your toes. Relax your ankles. Relax your calves. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your belly. Relax your lower back. Relax your chest. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your elbows, your forearms down to your fingertips. Big breath in. Let it out. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your cheeks. Relax your forehead. Relax your scalp. And then slowly begin to get a little bit of movement in your body. So maybe wiggle out your fingers, roll out your wrists. Maybe stretch your neck one way and then the other. And then go ahead, inhale, stretch your arms up over your head like a good morning stretch. And arms down by your side. Hands, palms together in the center of your chest. Take a big breath in and let it out. All that is good within me honors and is grateful for all that is good within you. Together we say, Namaste.